Omni-Man represents masculinity in a way that's very grounded and real. When we're first introduced to Omni-Man, he seems like a generic Superman-like character. He has a cape, he's from another planet, he can fly and has super strength. His wife loves him, his son looks up to him. He seems like a good guy, and then oh shit, he just killed Russian Flash and the rest of the Guardians. So then we think, oh, I guess he's just another evil Superman then. Something that isn't really new for audiences anymore. Homelander from The Boys and the corrupted Superman from Injustice has worn out the novelty of this character archetype. But that isn't who Omni-Man is. He isn't an evil Superman. He is a man with conflicting desires. On one side, he is a man with a family, and on the other side, he is a man with a mission. As a Viltrumite, Omni-Man, whose real name is Nolan, is tasked with conquering Earth in the name of the Viltrumite Empire. Viltrumites are trained to be warriors. They are raised to see themselves as the superior race. They are born and bred for the sole purpose of expanding the Viltrumite Empire by any means necessary. From birth, this is what Nolan was taught. This is what he was made for. But when he arrives on Earth, things didn't go as expected. Omni-Man waited 17 years before making a proper move on conquering Earth because he wanted to know if his son Mark would inherit his powers. Mark represents Nolan's connection to Earth. And when Mark did develop his superpowers, Nolan eventually tried to convince him to join his side, to conquer Earth together. But this plan doesn't work out when Mark rejects this offer. Omni-Man tries to reason with Mark, trying to convince him, almost begging him to join forces. But even after leaving Mark bloody and beaten, he still refuses to work with Omni-Man. Everything would have been so simple if his son would just join him. Omni-Man wanted to have it all. He wanted to have his family and be able to fulfill his mission as a Viltrumite warrior. He is unable to reconcile both these desires. He has to pick one, his son or his life's mission. And he picks his son. This choice isn't just about turning away from violence and sparing his son. It's about questioning the very core of who he is and what his society raised him to believe. As men, we are often taught that our value and our purpose is rooted in responsibility and work. And when this is taken to an extreme, it can lead us to neglect other aspects of our lives that make it so meaningful, like family. When Omni-Man chooses Mark, he doesn't just walk away from his mission. He's forced to confront the deeper question of purpose itself. If this mission wasn't worth losing his family over, then was it ever truly worth it at all? Conquest is the character Omni-Man would have become if he wasn't grounded by his love for his family. Conquest embodies all the physical traits of an ultra-masculine man. He is huge, jacked, covered in battle scars. He is also an accomplished Viltrumite warrior. From the outside, he is the physical embodiment of masculinity, but there's something missing in him.
I am so lonely.
When we see a glimpse of this vulnerability, it's when he's attempting to kill Invincible, a complete stranger to him. In his pursuit of conquering, Conquest has no other means of happiness. His life revolves around his job as a Viltrumite warrior. He has nothing else going for him. No real connections with others. And that is sad. Batman is another example of a comic book character who went all in on his duty. It's often said that Batman is who he really is, and that Bruce Wayne is the mask. By devoting his life on his mission as a vigilante, Batman neglects having a proper family. The older depictions of Bruce Wayne show him as a bitter, lonely old man. We see this in the real world. People who are hyper-focused on their grind, but they neglect meaningful social connections. In Season 2, we see Omni-Man have a new wife and child on the planet Thraxa. Thraxans are insect-like aliens, a deliberate design choice. To us humans, insects are fragile, easily crushable creatures. This is how Omni-Man sees humans, or at least how he used to see humans. Omni-Man being in a relationship with a Thraxan, and even having a child with one, shows how much he has grown. He no longer sees a species that's physically weaker than him as something to conquer, but rather something to nurture. He let go of his Viltrumite duty to conquer other worlds, and has truly become a family man. He is still lost on his purpose, which isn't surprising, as he just let go of the empire he spent thousands of years fighting for. But being a man of family does not emasculate him at all. He still has this aggression and violence when it comes to protecting the people he cares about. When you dedicate so much of your life towards your work, only to realize it doesn't fulfill you, or worse, that it never aligned with who you are, it can be an incredibly conflicting and difficult thing to process. It forces you to confront everything you thought gave your life meaning. Purpose is not something handed to us by a job or a system. It's something we need to define for ourselves. Omni-Man turns his back on his planet of Viltrum, not out of weakness or incompetence, but out of clarity. By choosing to be more compassionate and self-reflecting, Nolan rejects the role his society told him he must play, because it no longer reflects who he truly is. He doesn't lose his masculinity, he reclaims it.